Well, good morning, Transplant Helper community. My name is Jim Merle, and I just want to pause for just a few moments today and give you a little bit of an update on a video I did maybe 2.5 months ago, time of this video, concerning the recent Prograf / AKA Tacrolimus shortages. Now, I know many of you commented on that video and let me know that you weren't having a problem, or a few commented that they were. Others commented that they had reached out to their pharmacies, they had found out there was a shortage. Just a lot of things came up. I had several people who actually sent me links to documents put out by the FDA where they'd actually most recently updated the status and considered this medication to potentially still be on a shortage. However, I want to point out that even though the FDA has updated that and given us recent information, they have not yet claimed this to be a severe shortage. Okay, it's still just the potential, just the little bit of concern out there. It's not an all-out, we can't get the medication situation. So don't really worry about that. And if I get any new information from the FDA or from any other reliable source, I'll be sure to share that with you. But overall, let me remind you of something I think is extremely important in situations like this. Mainly that there's not a shortage that exists until that shortage exists for you. Okay, now I'm not trying to be selfish here. I want us all, everybody who needs the medication, I want them to have access to it, to have no problem getting it, to be able to take their medications, to live, to survive, to do well, whatever. I want that, and I'm sure you do as well. However, what I've been reminding everyone that has messaged me, asked questions about that, I've been reminding and or challenging them. I've asked them, please pick up the phone, call your pharmacy, ask them, if you were to order your medication today, would you be able to get your supply? Whether that's a 30-day, 90-day, whatever typical supply you have. Ask them, like for my example, can I get myself 30 days of Tacrolimus? If they say yes, don't worry, okay? Don't worry about anything anybody's saying. Don't worry about these articles that are circulating. Don't worry about anything the FDA updates, whatever. If you can call your pharmacy today and ask them and get a potential refill for the next month, you are good for the next month. And they are updating this information monthly. They are keeping a check on it. They're monitoring it. And so I don't think there's any real thing to fear. And even if there was, please be reminded, you do have several options. One option that is available to you, obviously, is to pick up the phone, call your pharmacy, ask them if they have your medication in stock and can fill it. If they say no, the next question you need to be asking is, do you have any other available manufacturers through which I can get the same medication? Because the gist of the problem here in some cases comes down to a pharmacy, whether it be CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid. I don't know the chain pharmacies that are nearby you, but mostly it's the chains who are basically saying, we want to find the lowest cost medications we can, sell them at the highest price to our customers, because we're all about making money. Okay. And I don't have a problem with anyone who's in business, a pharmacy included, making some money. Okay. They have to make money to keep the wheels going on this bus. You take, for example, a CVS pharmacy, 90-something% of their income comes straight out of the pharmacy department, not off the showroom floor of other items that they sell, not off, beauty supplies or anything like that. It comes straight out of the pharmacy department. So they have to make that money. But most of these chain pharmacies, and maybe all pharmacies to an extent, any business, they're going to be looking for the lower cost item again to sell you at a higher price. So they're trying to cut little corners, to do some little workarounds, and to get medication to you. So it may be that the medication you have traditionally been on with that pharmacy, whichever you prefer, but with that pharmacy is one of those lower tier manufacturers. And if they were to actually put a little effort into it and try to get a hold of some other available manufacturers, they may find you a medication that's of a higher tier, in a sense, a little bit, more costly. They are even welcome to turn that cost over to you to a point, I guess, and they can find your medication. So be sure, if you call, and I don't think that they will, most people will have no issue, but if you call and they say there is a shortage, we don't have the medication, or it's on back order, ask that specific question. Can you get it from another manufacturer? And if they say no, don't give up, okay? Your very next move is to not call them, but to hang up and call another pharmacy. I know we're all in love with our pharmacies. We all are involved with a certain pharmacy, especially if it's a local pharmacy. Maybe you like the idea that when you call them, they're always friendly. Maybe when you go in to pick up your medication, they know you by name. All that stuff is wonderful and great. But if they don't have your medication, you can't help but in a way kind of cheat on them. Okay, you may have to go to another pharmacy. So say, for example, I'm using CVS for much of my medication, not all. I'm going to have to turn around and call Walgreens and ask Walgreens, do you have my Tacrolimus available in this dosage? They may say yes. If they do, sorry about that. We're transferring that medication for the month. Walgreens can call back to CVS, pull the medication prescription over and fill it. If they say no, I'm going to go through the same process. Can you get it from another manufacturer? Hopefully they'll say, yeah, sure. We've got several manufacturers we deal with. So we'll get you the medication in X amount of days or X amount of, maybe hours. Get people working for you. Let these pharmacies know that this medication is important to you and that you're basically willing to get it at whatever cost. You just got to survive. Okay. And I realize we're not financially able. Our medications are high enough without us having to, double the cost of a medication. But folks, if I had to quadruple the cost of my Tacrolimus, say for 1 month, while my other pharmacy that's more discount was able to catch up, I'm willing to do that. I'm certain that you are. Okay. So don't give up. Make sure that you're willing to call the pharmacy. Number one, ask them if they have the medication. If they say no, ask them if they have other manufacturers that are available. If they say no, to call another pharmacy. Okay. And that's why I recommend, and I really do this, for all of my important medications, my Prograf, my Myfortic, my Diltalzine, some of these other, back when I was on Valsite, same thing. My most important medications they never come from a chain pharmacy. They always come from my transplant pharmacy, the one associated with my transplant center, located and housed inside of my transplant center. All they do is transplant/specialty medications, and they know the deal, okay? I promise you they won't run out. So I'm not trying to pitch anything here, but if wherever you are in the United States, if you do end up struggling to get your medication, I want to challenge you to try to work locally if you can. But if you can't, get on Google, look up UAB Specialty Pharmacy, Birmingham, Alabama. Give them a call because they'll have the medication. I can guarantee they're going to have it, and they'll be willing to work with your insurance company, okay? Just all you'd have to do then is get your doctor to call a prescription or send a prescription over to them. They fill it. They're a mail order pharmacy. They'll get it to you usually within 24 hours. And so, again, you're good to go. And maybe you only do this for a month or 90 days or whatever. You go right back where you were when others catch up. But just don't worry. Don't panic, okay? And I'm not trying to complain. Obviously, I'm not trying to scold anybody or anything like that. Don't misunderstand me. But I do have a lot of people every day who are concerned, who are worried, who need help with this question. And it's basically the same answer. Don't take no for an answer and don't give up. And call, do your footwork until you make sure the medication is available. In most cases, and I think this is really the truth, in most cases, I don't care what we're reading over on the internet about this potential shortage, your pharmacy that you're already using probably has you covered, okay? So don't throw them on the bus before you make that phone call. Just give them a call, see what they got. And again, I would love to hear from you. If I missed something here, or if you're dealing with a real problem here and you're not able to get your medication, comment below the video. Let us know about that. If you're like I am, though, and you're having no issue, and you're able to call around to multiple pharmacists, and all of them are saying, I don't have a problem with it. I'd fill it today if I had a prescription, then super. Tell us about that. That's very encouraging to hear about. But anyway, I thought we could do this update. I know you've already seen the previous video, so this was not a lot different. But just to remind you, the update is the FDA says there is still a potential shortage, but it is not severe. It should not be a real problem for any of us. Thank you so much for joining me today. By the way, if you got any topic ideas here for the program, you can comment those below as well. I read every single comment. I do my best to respond to all of those comments, and I really love this community. So thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, stay stronger, friends.